Uh-oh. Hello, people! Welcome aboard! I can't do the salute because I'm not wearing the hat. Anyway, I was just down there getting this flying ball thing. There we go. Whoa, 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 this is fun! Check this out. Alright, that's about all I got planned for today. What else can we talk about, folks? The church. The recovery center. You remember Johnny Scoville and Tommy Scoville? They were going to a recovery center, which everybody thinks or thought was in Salinas. No, it's in Guayaquil, a 2-hour drive, like 92 miles from, where they're renting on the Malecon, people. $400 a month. Anyway, no, they didn't buy that place. Toots let that cat out of the bag, and then, Johnny, Ed McMahon, the side man off camera. Hey, no, but we bought real estate too. Tell them about that process. They didn't buy jack shit down there. What happened? He used to love talking about sandwich time and pizza parties. There's no more of that. Just avoids it. Maybe if he doesn't talk about it, it'll go away, right? Now, I don't know. I haven't been watching his videos enough. But has Kristen Melinda, the one who's purportedly a mental health worker, has she jumped ship over there too? Is she a mod still? I don't know. I know there's one guy, Foul Ball or whatever his name is. He's a mod. But, yeah, where's the little psycho bitch, Kristen Melinda, KM? Is she there? Why is everybody bailing on these two? Why is Johnny and Tommy Scoville, not their real names, why are they not welcome at that recovery center anymore? Was Toots trying to touch the men? They are an at-risk, population, those men. Was Toots trying to show them good touch, bad touch? Because I hear that Tommy Scoville has been continuing for his entire adult life. That's right, people. What happened to the lawsuit? Remember Tommy said June 20th that he's suing Marilyn, who, by the way, is an excellent YouTuber, and I'll leave a link. Go check her out. Because he said that she was, bad-mouthing him or assassinating his character or something caused him to lose money. No, he didn't say that Mudflaps Marissa caused him to lose money. He blamed Marilyn. He also said that, me and Tom did it, but, we have no money, and we live in the basement at our mother's house and live off of government assistance, so he won't come after us because we wouldn't show up in court, and he would only win, a default judgment, and he would waste his $25,000 and never see a dime. What happened with that? How come nobody's been served? Because they're full of shit. And everything they say, nothing happens. Nothing happens. This cuck, the one that calls himself Johnny, he's making shorts now saying, I'm counting down the hours, this and that, 11 days, something. He's getting pepper seeds, I'm going to be growing. What happened to growing at the recovery center and having the men over there attending to your plants? Not happening anymore. Now he's trying to sell you folks on that I'm growing on the balcony here. On the apartment that I own. Oh, wait, no, it said we rent it. Yeah, we own something somewhere else. Yeah, never mind. We won't talk about it. It never happened. I wish the guy well. As far as growing peppers, I hope he grows peppers. I hope everybody does very well when they grow stuff. God, Mother Earth, however you want to look at it, that's typically who takes over and makes that magic happen. I'm not going to wish the guy he fails, but I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna fail. It's because all he does is fail. He's a failed father, a failed husband, a failed son. He's a good brother. Give him that. He's a good brother. He continues to support his convicted sex offender brother, who calls himself Tommy. Hold on. Let me have one of my nicotine lozenges. It's been 4 weeks. I haven't had a cigarette in 4 weeks. got these cherry ones. These are 4 milligram though, way too big for me. Bite a little piece of it off, and dissolve. But right away, you get the nicotine. If you were craving a cigarette. That's only the second bite of one of those I've had today. So I'm not even using them as much as I was. Unless on like the couple occasions I have had a beer, then I will chain consume them. A little bit, not really. I don't really drink too much anymore because like I said, I like drinking with a cigarette, and since I'm not smoking, drinking's no fun. Especially because it's fucking cold as fuck out. I think it got down to 7 below zero here last night without the wind chill or anything. But everything's fine, people. We're toasty warm over here. It's the goodness in our hearts keeping us warm. That's right. We're a happy family. And as a man, I'm not running away from my kids. I'm not running away from my family. I'm not going to live in another country to escape whatever problems I have here. Seriously. What a disgrace to men. You Scovilles. It's not even your real name. No more talk about the recovery center. Why? And none of your cuck fans, you sheep, no one asks. I can't ask any questions. I don't even really care. I think at this point, as a religious person, people, I always like to think that people can find the way, change. These guys ain't gonna change. They've only gotten worse. And like I said before, the one that calls himself Tommy Scoville has continued to his entire adult life. There you go. Sue me, Toots. Pumping out 3 or 4 videos a day, this Toots guy. Because he hit the lotto. There's no more cucks and crims or whatever it's called. I guess there is, but I don't know. I heard there's no more of that bullshit PayPal account. Oh, and by the way, make sure that you use our logo. This is the recovery center right here. This is the real recovery center. Not that bullshit that they're scamming people out of money. I guess Pastor Gary found out about that. And as far as the fire, the place did not burn down. I see on Reddit a lot of people saying, oh, it burned down. I didn't know. It didn't burn down. And from what coverage they did show, there was like an electrical fire because they don't hire licensed contractors. They have one of the former junkies there who runs the place, David. He's doing the wiring or whatever. And apparently he's doing a good enough job with stuff, but he's a jack of all trades, master of none. I mean, I had an electrical fire. What are you going to do? He's not an electrician. He's a junkie. He's not an electrician. He's good with concrete, probably, and digging holes, stuff like that. Maybe carpentry a little bit. Electricity, you gotta be careful with that. Well, that's the kind of fire that they had there. They showed some burned cable coming from the telephone pole or whatever, going through the grass. They showed like some burned up wire that didn't hit any of the structure or anything. So don't worry, people. They don't need your prayers. They don't need your money. They're getting 3 square meals a day. It's not like 10 people sleeping to a cot where all they eat is rice. That was a lie. I guess Pastor Gary found out about it, and he found out that these guys were fucking conning everybody with their worker David and his wife or whatever made up that bullshit PayPal account where people were just putting the money over there. Now, I told you people months before this guy came out with a way to donate to the center. I told you how to donate there. You donate all through the International Association of Grace Ministries and select Pastor Gary and his wife Nora, and the money would get right to the recovery center. Or you can go to Pastor Gary's link tree. Gary and Nora have a link tree where it shows all the different ways you can contact them or donate through social media. So you could have done that. I know a lot of you fans of the Toots and Cock were asking, how can we donate? How can we donate? And of course, he was teasing it. Hey, we're going to have a way. We're going to have a way to donate everything. So what they did is they took that bullshit logo and not the real logo like we use. You put that up there where they were, padding their pockets with your hard-earned money. And then they did a YouTube video. I'll see if they still even have a YouTube page where they thank some of the donors, which I'll leave a link for that if I can find it. And you can go watch that video where they're thanking all of their American donors who just happen to be Toots and Cock's viewers. You guys know some of the familiar names. And that's that. But yeah, what happened? You're not going to talk about the recovery center so it just doesn't exist? People aren't supposed to ask? Just like he's talking about all this big shit coming to his channel? Better not be, because he promised up and down that he's retiring. He's done on YouTube. Johnny Scoville said that he's done on YouTube October 19th, 2026. And God damn it, he better be. Because if he's not... Anyway, that's all I got. Where's Krista Melinda? Where's the talk about this fucking recovery center? Where's the book? Where's Australia? What happened to Toots talking in schools? Remember he said that last year? What happened to his brain injury? Or his brain condition? Early onset dementia that would render him an invalid within a year. He said this like 2.5 years ago on YouTube. Played the whole brain injury act. You know, TBI, traumatic brain injury, is a serious thing. And they just make a mockery of it. It's unfucking believable. It's unbelievable that anybody watches them. And like I said, the one who calls himself Tommy Scoville is a convicted, though not currently registered, apparently, sex offender who has continued to stay. He has continued to this day. And if he doesn't like that, he can drop $25,000 on a lawyer to sue me. That's all I got. Maybe I'll be back. Tomorrow's Slurs Day. Or maybe I'll be back later because I got some real slurs I want to say. You know? And thank you to Knife Order for hooking me up with these lozenges, telling me that you get them at Target and all that. This is a new flavor. Well, new flavor for me. And they're bigger. That's why I gotta really bite them, pieces off them. But yeah, never thought I'd be able to do it. Quit smoking, people. I did it. No more orange fingers. No more cough. And as far as the not drinking, this might be a little TMI, but I've been shitting solid for weeks now. No more of them runny, beer shits. TMI. Sorry. I don't shit my pants like Mudflaps Marissa. Anyway, she's another one. Like I said, in March, I'm going to be in Tennessee. Maybe I'll stop by and see some friends. All right. Thanks for watching, people. See you tomorrow. Maybe later.